don't know what's happening with the volume. It could be because I uploaded a new upgrade to the phone, and ever since then the phone's been getting hot. So when I'm uploading, even though I've got the phone on the charger, I think that it's getting hot, and for whatever reason that translates to at about the 10-minute mark on video that the volume goes out. I think the phone's getting hot, it shuts down for a moment and then picks back up with the upload. During that time the volume goes out. It's shutting down on the videos when I'm doing the filming. All of a sudden it'll just shut down too. That's why there's some abrupt endings. Alright, anyway, I'm going to try to move forward. This is going to be a real good video here. I'm going to briefly talk about this picture to familiarize you so that you can follow the video as we move forward. Did this drawing over 20 years ago. Thought I was doing a doodle. First cup event. Second cup event takes us over here, and this is where we're going to get that destruction at the same location, New York City, 2 towers, same location here. We see it further fulfilled as Gotham City, Gotham. We know that they're trying to sacrifice ultimately the believers in Jesus Christ, because Golgotha is where Christ himself was crucified. In other words, this is the symbolic location that will start the destruction of the believers in Jesus Christ. All symbolized perfectly by this Batman symbol that's being projected from this light off of this boat where I'm at. And you can see me skateboarding on this little refuge of a place I am right here. There's me on the little ramps, and there's me right there projecting outward and telling everybody about this coming fallen prince. And then of course this coming New World Order. Notice the inverted triangle. Everything that we've learned on the new video series from Year of Gods, that's the birthway. We see the 7 stars of the Pleiades, in other words, the locusts, the Pleiadians, the Dans coming out. Before them, we see these reptilian-like beings depicted as I drew here with pterodactyls, incredibly enough. And it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. These will be who they want you to believe the locusts are. They come first, the gray alien reptilian beings, and then these Pleiadian-like beings. Notice the 7, they come to dispose of them. That's all coming birthed out of after we see this second cup. There's the second cup falling right beside the symbol for New York City, which is the destruction that brings about this dark prince. All right. The symbol for the bat represents the vampire. It's the blood sacrifice. And then where's the second cup falling from? Good old moon, right? All right. They're on the dark side of the moon, guys. Whether you guys understand that or not, the Bible under me right here, it understands it. It understands it. And we're gonna show you something here with this Sharon that's associated with this field of Sharon, which is associated with that pleasant place where Ephraim is planted in chapter 9 of verse 13 of Hosea. We see Ephraim, you know that Israel is depicted as a tree. We see Ephraim depicted as a tree planted in this pleasant place, which is this illuminated, shining one, the moon. The Babylonian moon god is named Sin. Sin is translated into shining. This moon god Sin is translated into the shining one, and then the Sin even translates back to Mount Sinai, the shining, or the great shining one, the great shining mountain, all symbolized with this depiction of their moon god, which is in real respect to this refuge that they were hoping to get to. And if you can remember them building the Tower of Babel that was to reach to heaven, of course, Babel, you got to think Babylon. There's 2 Babylons. What did I tell you? There's a commercial Babylon, then there's an ecclesiastical Babylon. Guess what? Ecclesiastical Babylon is not on the Rome in earth. It's on the Rome in the moon. Exactly right. On the dark side of the moon is where ecclesiastical Babylon is. And I can show you the scriptures from ancient times that shows you that they have been there. So here we have the Illuminati, the illuminated ones that are on the dark side of the moon, this field of Sharon, the plain of Shinar, which is once again the root for sin, the sin god, and it's all right there. It's all right there. And I just thought I was drawing a doodle over 20 years ago. Unreal. Unreal. So just bear with me, guys. All right, here's something I never told you guys before. I'm going to show you this, and then we're going to move back to these scriptures to fulfill what the scriptures say about them being on the moon. We're going to see it in Isaiah. We can see it in Ezekiel if you want. We don't have time, but we're going to show it in Zechariah. That's right, the incredible verses about the ephah and about this this whole vision that Zechariah has, even with Joshua standing with Satan and the angel of the Lord. And you wait to what I show you, all this is about, and you are just not going to really doubt me any longer if you're sincere. If you're sincere. So here we go. If this destruction is coming from the moon, it's coming associated to New York City, Gotham City. Okay, the second cup is fallen right beside the symbol for Gotham, that sacrifice for the believers, which will be started there. It's not that all the believers are there. It's just this is the trigger that begins to create the conditional change in the world order that they can begin to conduct what they want to do. And that's the imprisonment of the people that they know have an affiliation other than the God that they want them to have. Okay, and of course we know the FEMA camps and all this stuff is already pre-prepared and ready to go. Now here's what has just appeared to me here, guys. Unreal. We see that they're going to throw this stone from the moon. Okay, and it's really telling you that it's the us that it's coming for. Okay, that's what it says here on the bomb. And then we know that it's the U.S. that's doing it to themselves. The USA, America, means full of race. So the portion of the United States is trying to create a destruction of its race. In other words, what they call the sheeple, the herd, the stock. And then, of course, you can equate that to the New York Stock Exchange, right? Because they're trying to, in exchange of a stock of the peoples of this world, they're going to exchange our dominion for the dominion of these fallen one, the new genetic upgrade, so to say. So this New York Stock Exchange is going to be an exchange of the stock of these people, and they call these people cattle that they believe that they can just readily trade off whenever they want. So this bomb that's coming from the moon, that's coming from the shining one, the illuminated one, the wages of sin, Babylonian moon god sin, are paid with death. Ephraim is on the moon, planted in a pleasant place, is going to bring this bomb from them. They're the united ones. They're the United States. They're trying to separate themselves from the portion of their children that they deem unworthy. That's going to represent, as I said, the USA. Now here's where the vision that I had is going to be fulfilled in a precise manner. And it's really not the vision I had. It's the vision the Spirit of Truth gave me. And the Spirit of Truth has fulfilled correctly right here what this is all about. I'm telling you that the bomb is coming to New York City that's in USA. And that's why on this flying saucer you see USA written across it. But the Spirit of Truth has revealed what the real deception is that they want you to believe that the USA is a part of this satanic program. Well, the USA is a part of this satanic program, but the people that are exposed in the USA as Satanists are the very Satanists themselves. This difference between nobody being able to separate the identity of the devil, the fallen prince, from the identity of Satan and Lucifer, and they think that they're all one. They're going to trick you guys and want you to believe that Jesus Christ is actually Satan, the false prophet, and that they believe that their God, Enki, is the true son of God, and that he's the one that's been banished, who's been working so hard to come back out and break the seal to be the true king of this world. So what they've done is they've set the tone for this deception already in 1947 with Roswell. And then you know that the flying saucers landed in USA. Supposedly the gray aliens came out, and now the his little peace sign right on up there. Notice, as I said in that video about the Russian meteor, we've got this little person on this USA, this portion here that is peeing, and if you follow the pee drops down that I drew, it's peeing right on top of Russia. And as you see, as I said, Russia is invading. They're going to invade the US after the second cup. After this New World Order begins to get established, Russia's going to invade the US. Exactly right. And as you can see, that this subversive faction has not been treating Russia kindly, and this is part of Russia that's going to try to rise up against this New World Order propaganda. And we've got all of this we're going to see transpire before us. There's a lesser reflection of Russia being the armies to the north. The higher reflection is the invading army of Joel II that's been sealed under the North Pole. Now, I've got more to show you here, but the whole thing is that this portion of the subversive government that's trying to hide their identity and then is trying to expose the supposed wicked identity of themselves as the Illuminati wants you to believe that these Pleiadians, these Nordic ones, are going to come and remove the wicked government. Well, that's what you see taking place right here. That this bomb is supposedly aimed at the wicked government of the USA that's been connected with the flying saucers from the 1947 Roswell event. That's all a setup. That's all a setup. And the Spirit of Truth knows it and has given me the ability to show it. So the spin is that everybody wants you to believe that this is God's judgment against the wicked USA symbolized at New York City. But in all actuality, it's the Illuminati scam hiding from the moon, faking themselves out as being this government here, when in actuality, Ephraim, the true government, has gone to that pleasant place. The 44% disappears, just like in the monatomic gold, and it goes to the pleasant place of Hosea chapter 9 verse 13, which is going to be the field of Sharon of chapter 35 of the book of Isaiah, which will further be this place of Shinar. And then the Shinar, you can think of the shining one, and I've got stuff to show you that will prove it. And he said unto me, build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established and set there upon her own base, moon base. Right, the EFAF. Wait till you hear the next video. I'll be back.